Hello again, YouTube! This is Dr. Kendo, and I'm here with Scribblenauts Unlimited, the object editor commentaries where I create your favorite characters in this game, Scribblenauts Unlimited. The object editor is one feature of the game, and it's available on the Wii U and PC versions of the game, and so we're going to start off with the Space Marine, the female Space Marine specifically, as the source object for today's creation, which is Tracer from Overwatch. And so, of course, this Space Marine female, the body is kind of divided up into three parts that you can color, so like the chest plate right there, and then sort of the midsection, and then right there on the waist or hips area. And so that's actually perfect because we can put this altar girl and put down the arms of the altar girl on both sides for both arms. And basically that's going to be like the jacket of Tracer right here. And then we'll put down a mola to be this kind of top of the chronal accelerator, the mola body, I should say. And then a cartridge is actually going to be here on the right shoulder of Tracer. It's to our left. And we're going to make a pearl be for some very bright blue light, basically, of that chronal accelerator that Tracer wears. It keeps her anchored, in the present. And we'll put a sphere behind that pearl because the sphere will be the extra parts of it and stuff that are not the lights and whatnot, but the outside of it. And so we'll also have a wishbone to be some of the straps on both sides, actually, basically just below the shoulders, but on the chest. And then I'm going to type in a lion right now. We'll go with the male lion's back leg and the one that's in the back, and we're going to take that to basically be some more of her jacket's design right here, this kind of peachish cream color right there. And I did put down a circle behind the pearl for the chronal accelerator because that circle is just some more lights around that kind of main light in the middle. It sort of almost looks like the arc reactor or something from Iron Man. And then we've got a spine right now to be the zipper, and just put that beneath everything else that we've kind of put on the Tracer right now. And you can type in an emo for the leg. I'm going to see what this looks like, but I do have another leg in mind that I'm imagining will probably be a little bit better because right now, the emo leg, as you can see, it's like the pants are kind of curled up, and so there at the bottom, just above the foot, basically, there is that line, and I'm not sure that we want that. So the other choice is to go with the male goth, and I think that that's what I'm going to stick with because, again, it doesn't have that line down there near the foot, and so I'll go with the goth, I think, and that looks good. So we'll type in a Bondrick, and that's basically going to be some straps right here because Tracer does have these straps there on her legs, and there's actually two on the leg that's to our left, but it's Tracer's right leg. And then we'll type in a spine once again, and that's going to be this kind of pattern that's like crisscrossy all down her leg. And I'm going to go with a mango spear, but it's a little bit, this is a little bit out there, I guess, thinking outside the box. But the mango spear is going to be like the ends of her shoes and stuff because I looked at her shoes, and whenever I'm looking on Google Images, it's almost like Crocs or something. Her shoes are a little bit unique, and so they have that kind of curved look there in the front. And so then we typed in Sphinx, and we can take the back legs, the one in the back behind, for the Sphinx creature. So you do want the creature. There are three different kinds of Sphinxes in this game, and that's these parts that are just here on her arm and her jacket, kind of on the outer part of her arm. And we do have a golf glove down right now for her back arm. We need to get out of the object editor real fast, though, because we want the golf glove for the other side, that shows the back of the palm. And so to do that, this is the technique we'll use. We'll go basically, again, out of the object editor. We'll type in a golf glove and edit that. And so then when we're in the object editor with the golf glove, we can press this little trash can icon there, kind of in the top right, the trash bag, I should say. And that basically lets us see the golf glove that has the back of the palm. And you just need to copy it, edit it a little bit, and then it will be on your panel of items to the left whenever you click that stamp icon down at the bottom, kind of near the bottom middle, a little bit to our right. But yeah, so you can see that I grabbed that golf glove that shows the back of the palm, the other side for the hand right here for Tracer, and it all looks good. So we're at the properties editor right now where you edit the health and movement speed and lots of other things. So this is where I basically like to read background information and fun facts about the characters that we're creating in this series. So here we go with Tracer. We'll say this. With the unique ability to control the speed of her own passage through time, Blizzard's developers of Overwatch consider Tracer to have one of the most unique playstyles in the game. She's a great skirmish hero, being hard to hit, and great for slipping past attackers or sneaking past defenses. She comes equipped equipped with pulse pistols and the ability to blink, or basically zip horizontally through space to disappear and reappear several yards away, and she can also go backwards in time, returning her health, ammo, and physical position on the map to where she just was a few seconds before using her recall ability. And finally, Tracer can lob a pulse bomb that sticks to any surface or opponent to explode after a short amount of time. In essence, the way that Tracer kind of came about her powers was that she was in Overwatch's experimental flight program and chosen to test a prototype of a teleporting jet fighter, which unfortunately malfunctioned and disappeared. Everyone then presuming Tracer was dead. She reappeared months later, but her molecules had been desynchronized from the flow of time. It was Winston who designed the chronal accelerator that Tracer wears to keep her anchored in the present, but also giving her the abilities of controlling her own time. And so now we are on the head as the source object, because we are going to be creating the head and the body separately. In Scribblenauts Unlimited, you do this basically to get around kind of a part of the game. This game, although called Scribblenauts Unlimited, it does have a limit to how many stamps you can use to create your objects. So a stamp is anything that we're putting on, like for instance, I just put down an octopus tentacle with a kidney bean that was kind of painted this orangish color and stuff for her visor. A golden egg is the main part of the head. Those are all stamps. And so we do have a limit to how many we can do, but you can create the head and the body separately and then just give your head object to your body object, if that makes sense. And now we've typed in an eyebrow. These octopus tentacle pieces are kind of this outer rim of the visor and stuff that she's wearing, the big goggles. And so then the eyebrow is going to be like this outer part on both of the very ends of it, I guess, that are painted kind of a grayish black color. And so then I'm going to type in shark. We'll take the bottom fin that's behind, it's in the back. And I'm also going to go with a walrus for the fin, you know, those front fins, but the one that's behind in the back as well. And that'll be for like the eyes and stuff. And while, you know, that is like the white of her eyes, they are behind these goggles, which has that kind of orange lens to it. And so that's why I kind of just did this bright yellowish orange instead of actually, you know, bleach white color or whatever, because it's behind the glasses or the goggles. And so then a pearl is going to be for the iris, or basically her colored parts of her eyes. And then a pupil is, we're going to type in a P for the pupil, P-E-A. And then flying fish is what I'm typing in now. And basically that shark fin up there was part of the hair, but then the flying fish bottom fin is going to be for another part here in streaks, and her hair is all crazy, but it stands up just a little bit and goes to the side. So that's where all these shark fins are basically being positioned, and hopefully that all is going to look good in the end. I know that we may have a few adjustments as time goes on. I'm typing in an ivory right now, and that's going to be for some streaks of hair that go down. So not the ones to the side and all, but the ones that are going down on both sides of her head. And so I'll type in a shark pup this time and go with the bottom fin in the back once again. And we'll turn it around here, and that's going to be for kind of a spike of hair that is off to our right. It would be Tracer's left. And so it's slightly coming together. Again, whenever I'm creating heads, I think heads more than bodies. Usually it's like the heads need a lot of adjustments before they really start to look like the character that I'm creating. You know, it's always like, how is he going to turn this into Tracer? You know, but here we go. So a nose is actually what I'm placing down, and I'm actually putting it in between the octopus tentacles right here that are on the bottom. So it's not all the way behind both of them, but it's kind of in between them. And so then on the 22nd page of the 29-page library of shapes, there's basically this arm. It's kind of in the second from the bottom row, in the middle, and that's going to be for her mouth. We also did a chicken nugget for one of her ears. The other ear will kind of assume that it's basically covered, it's behind the hair and behind the head, since it's kind of looking, right now we're looking at a almost side view, not full-on side view horizontally, but like a 3/4 view or whatever. So you want to pay attention to the scripting that I just did on the head under the scripting tool in the properties editor. You want to go basically down to the equipment tab and check off the circle that says can be worn on the face like glasses. Now, I did want to add one last thing, because we ran out of stamp space on the body, but I could add warmer right here to basically be like her collar, in essence, of the, you know, jacket that she's wearing. Tracer does have this kind of popped collar, and we want to give her that look, because I think putting on the head without that might not look the most accurate we could get it, and since we only had one stamp piece left that we could put down. Warmer was a good one since it kind of has like 2 stamps in one, in essence. And so here's my Reaper creation, and of course you guys saw Winston at the beginning. We didn't give Reaper his shotgun, so it looks like he's actually going barehanded, which is not true to form, but fighting Tracer right now. And if only we had scripted Winston and Tracer to kind of protect each other and stuff. Well, Tracer just died right there, actually, so my point is a little bit moot, but I was going to say Winston would probably help out Tracer in that battle. So it looks like Reaper actually took the victory, and I think it was what happened was I did script Tracer to shoot out the pulse bomb, but in Scribblenauts I just said mine. So after she loses or gains health, she'll become brave so that she doesn't run away from fights. But in the scripting after that, she basically just waits a certain amount of frames and then will shoot out a mine as a projectile, and that's to act like the pulse bomb. So unfortunately the mine blew up on her too, so it kind of damaged her more than Reaper right there. And unfortunately our Tracer did not win that fight, but it's okay. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I want to thank you for the birthday wishes from last week's episode, because yes, my birthday was on August 22nd. Birthday stream is still going to come. It's just going to be way late. There's a lot going on, and I also have not been feeling good all week, and I'm going on my anniversary trip with Mrs. Kendo very soon, like basically now. So I need to leave. I need to go catch a flight. I'll see you guys later, and as always, thanks for viewing. Be the viewer and
down the road.